They allowed them to be in the pageant.
Master Richardson, we here at Mount Hope are thrilled to have you with us on this festival day.
And we thought, as our gift to you, that we could perform some of our favorite stories from the book written by your countrymen, the Brothers Grimm!
Grimm's fairytales, wunderbar!
Really? Children's stories.
Come, Hans, it will be married under the pageantry.
Good people, do you wish to see a fairy tale pageant?
Aye! Then we now present the story of Cinderella.
Once upon a time, there was a girl named Cinderella. She had a wicked stepmother and wicked stepsisters.
We are wicked!
Dad! No! They were so wicked that they would not let her go to the prince's ball with them. But I want to go! Everyone says the prince throws the biggest balls of them all! No!
Later that night, she was visited by her fairy godmother.
I am your fairy godmother. Here, take this beautiful dress and these goods made out of a pumpkin and go to the ball. Hooray! At the ball, she met the prince.
It is the French Prince of Bel-Air. I am very handsome. You are quite beautiful.
But just as they were getting to know each other, the clock struck midnight, forcing her to flee, leaving behind a glass slipper.
Oh, Minna! My love! Come back! You dropped something!
The next morning, the prince began his journey through the kingdom, searching for the maiden who
Nine! You're doing it all wrong! Your English actors, we mean no disrespect, but clearly you are using the wrong storybook.
Yeah, it's all the unnecessary violence, the bloodshed and gory consequences.
I don't understand. We're reading from Grimm's fairy tales.
I see the problem. The new edition for weak and overly sensitive young minds. Look, it says right here, for ages 4 and up.
Ha! You want the original, which is for ages 5 and up.
Oh, I have an idea.
Maybe take over the narration?
Well, all right.
Wunderbar! And so the prince went through the land, trying to last upon every maiden he saw. Then he reached Cinderella's house, he met the stepmother out front. Have you any daughters whose foot not fit the slipper?
Just a moment.
She took the slipper to her first daughter, but the girl's foot was too big.
It won't fit. I have the solution.
And so she cut off the girl's big toe in order to make her foot fit the shoe.
Wait, what?
Yeah. This is the original story, you see?
Hey, he's right. It's all in there. This totally worked.
The stepdaughter went to meet the prince, but the prince saw her limping and realized the deception. Have you any other daughters?
Let me see. Ow, it won't fit. Your foot is too big. But I have the solution. Grease? Something like that.
So she cut off the girl's heel.
Ow! Don't worry. You'll heal.
The girl went to meet her prince, but as she mounted his horse, he noticed a small trickle of blood from within the glass slipper. Prost! Anyone else? At which point Cinderella appeared and tried on the slipper. It fit perfectly. Truly you are the bride for me! Ho-ho! And so he slapped her up onto his horse and took her to his castle to prepare for a magnificent wedding.
And they all lived happily ever after.
No! The story is not yet finished!
But Cinderella found her prince.
Yeah, but the true fairy tale is not complete until the wicked receive justice.
Yeah, true fairy tales not complete.
And On the day of the wedding, the evil stepmother and stepdaughters attended, hoping to curry favor with the new queen.
Mindy, it's us! Look over here!
But, as punishment for their cruelty, a flock of birds swooped down from the sky and pecked their eyes out.
We can even see no one!
Cinderella took pity on her sisters.
You cold things! Here, this will help you. Get back on your feet again!
Once and all lived happily ever after.
Well told, Hans, well told.
Thank you, Gruber. Good English people, would it be alright if I continued and told you my most favorite of all the Grimm's fairy tales?
Yeah!
It has even more blood! Woo! Wunderbar! I now present the tale of the robber bridegroom. Once upon a time, there was a woman who lived with her 3 daughters. They were very poor, but the woman dreamed of one day marrying one of their sisters to a rich husband and solving all their problems. One day, a handsome young man came to the door.
Good day, I seek a bride.
The woman looked at the man's fine clothes and rejoiced, for surely this rich young suitor was the answer to all their problems. She called for her eldest daughter.
Yes, mother! This gentleman seeks a bride. Sir, will my eldest suit your need?
And she presented her eldest daughter, who was innocent and sweet.
Magnificently. Will you come to my house and be my wife? We will be married this Sunday.
So the man took his bride-to-be to his house on the other side of the forest. When she first entered, she wept to see such finery.
Oh, it's beautiful!
All of these can be yours, but there are 2 things I ask of you in return.
Anything!
First, take this egg and see that no harm comes to it. It will be 20% of your final grade.
A strange request, but all right.
And second, do you see that door there?
Yes!
Never go in it.
And with that, he gave his bride-to-be a kiss and left her alone in the house.
I am off to bed.
What do you do exactly?
Acquisitions.
The young woman was delighted in the luxury of the home, but soon her curiosity got the better of her.
What's in that room? I think we must know.
And so she opened the door to the room, revealing it was a slaughterhouse! The girl panicked in her terror, and in her fright, she dropped the egg. And the egg became smeared with all the blood on the floor. Try as she might to clean it, she could not remove the stain. That night, her fiancé returned.
Lucy, I'm home! There is my egg. Lucy, you got some explaining to do. I see from the blood on this egg you have been in the forbidden room, and now I must kill you! Yeah! This hurts me more than it hurts you.
No, not really.
Yeah! Yeah!
And so the man returned to the cottage of the woman and her daughter.
That thing with your eldest daughter? It didn't work out.
Oh no, why not?
Irreconcilable differences. Do you have any other daughters?
Well, yes, you can have my next eldest daughter.
And she presented a middle daughter, who was beautiful and eager and dumb as a bag of hammers.
Where's my older sister? Don't ask silly questions, dearest. Look, you're my husband. Ooh, okay.
That's what I thought.
Ooh, she is feisty. She will do nicely. Will you come to my house and be my wife?
And so he took her back to his house on the other side of the forest, where he likewise gave her an egg and told us not to enter the forbidden room.
And now, I must leave you, for I am off to work.
What is it you do exactly?
Hostile takeovers.
The middle daughter entertained herself for a while.
Hello, my egg friend. I shall call you Geoffrey the Egg, and you shall be my companion.
But soon grew bored.
Oh, Oh, Jeffrey, I wonder what's behind that door.
She too saw the horrors of the slaughter room. The body of a dead sister. Oh, she panicked as well. And in a panic, she dropped the egg. Dropped the egg. That night, the man returned only to find another egg stained by blood.
Does this mean we can't be together?
Yes, but it is not you, it is me.
Really?
Really, for you are a sweet young woman, and I am a murderous psychopath!
Jeffrey, get out of there!
No, Jeffrey, you can't be the you because you're my Jeffrey! Remember me!
That marriage didn't work out either for reasons. Do you have any other daughters?
Well, there's only my youngest remaining.
It brought out our youngest daughter.
Well, will you come to my house and be my wife?
I shall.
But because she was wise and crafty, she resolved to remain on guard, even as the man gave her an egg and told her never to go in the forbidden room.
And now, I must leave you, for I am off to bed.
What is it you do exactly?
Aggressive negotiations.
The young woman was impressed by the riches of the home, but she suspected something was amiss. Therefore, she concocted a brilliant plan.
I must explore the forbidden room, but just in case there's anything surprising waiting for me, I will set down this egg before I venture inside. Wow! Truly, she was a tactical genius.
Right? And so she set down the egg and opened the door to the forbidden room. Clearly, her husband-to-be was wicked, but she was wise and crafty, and so she devised a way to destroy him.
Aha! Thanks!
Well, there is mine egg.
Harry's right over here, dearies.
Oh, at last, a well-behaved woman. We will go to the church and be married this Sunday.
But when Sunday arrived, the young woman feigned slight sickness.
Oh, dear husband-to-be, I'm feeling under the weather. You go off to the church and meet your friends. I'll be there shortly.
Don't be late.
And so the robber bridegroom went to the church, where he began carousing with all his friends. Congratulations, sir! So what is this, wife number 6?
7.
I do hope no terrible accident befalls this one.
Well, the stairs to my house are quite steep.
But unbeknownst to the carousers, the young woman had gone into the forest disguised as a bird.
Caw, caw, I'm a giant bird.
And because of her bird disguise, she was able to speak to a pack of wolves that roamed the forest.
Excuse me. How does a bird disguise give me the power to speak to wolves?
Just go with it.
Right, ahoy, wolf! Look, Brother Wolf, it is a giant bird.
What? Wow! What a coincidence! I speak giant bird!
Right, caw, caw! I know of a place where great feast awaits if you follow me. Sounds good.
I like food!
And so the young woman led the wolves back to the church, where the man and his friends were still carousing, drinking. She stood at the door. Hey, is that your wife with murderous intent in her gaze?
Nines, it is a giant bird!
Oh, all right then. It's no further delay. The woman slammed the door doors of the church shut and locked him from the outside. What happened? Then she opened a window in the back of the church.
Through there, wolf friend, your feast away.
And so the wolf snuck through the window and set upon the man inside, tearing him to pieces. All was the young woman standing outside, watching with delight. When he had been slain, she went back to her old cottage.
Mother, my husband has died. Natural causes. But now the house is ours, and you can come live with me. Oh, yay! I always knew one of my daughters would imagine something. Bring a broom, though. There's some rooms that need cleaning.
And they all lived happily ever after.
That's a beautiful story, Hans.
Oh, yeah? And with a very important moral.
That story had a moral?
Oh, yeah. Never trust giant birds.
Hans, they are still not grasping the intricacies of Bavarian folklore. Perhaps if I tell my favorite story.
Of course, my friend. Hectors, prepare yourself.
Oh, jeez, wreck the bed.
Here we go again.
And now, the story of the poor goose girl. Once upon a time, there was an old queen.
Oh, I am a queen. I am so.
And a young princess, her daughter.
I'm a young princess who is so beautiful and full of spirits.
The princess was betrothed to a prince in a faraway kingdom.
Hello, my love. I am the prince. You can marry me, but I live extremely far away. Bye.
When the time came for them to be married, the old queen gave her a tearful farewell. And one other thing.
Also, daughter, take this with you on your journey.
And then the queen cut her hand and let fall into a handkerchief 3 drops of blood.
What is this for? It will keep you safe on your journey. Also, take the chambermaid with you. I am a lowly chambermaid.
The princess's chambermaid was Faire of face,
Oh, stop.
so much less fair than the princess.
Hey!
And this left her incredibly jealous. Even though she had sworn to the queen to protect the princess, she secretly schemed to do her terrible mischief.
Well, that seems a little extreme.
Not at all, it happens all the time. Everyone I have ever killed hated me for my beauty.
Ah!
As they traveled, the princess rode a magnificent stallion. The princess rode a magnificent stallion.
Just a minute!
Not be serious.
We are a magnificent stallion!
Oh, very impressive. The horse's name was Falada, and he was the princess's best friend because, oh, this is my favorite part, Falada could talk.
Oh, I can talk!
It's a talking horse! Of course! Of course!
Oh, Falada, how I love you! And I love you, princess! Here, hop on my back and we'll go on wondrous adventures!
And so the princess rode on Falada's back, while the chambermaid was forced to walk behind. This did not please the chambermaid at all.
I am extremely upset. Just because she's a princess, she gets to wear nice clothes and make friends with talking horses. I wish I were a princess too.
It was at this moment when the chambermaid was struck by an idea.
Aha! This far-off prince doesn't know what his bride looks like. If I were to take her place, then I could marry the prince and become a princess myself.
So one night, while the princess slept, the chambermaid crept up to her sleeping form. But as she plunged her dagger towards the princess's body, it struck some sort of magical barrier.
Ow! Why can I not stab the prince
moment that the chambermaid noticed the handkerchief floating above the sleeping girl. Ooh! Narratively convenient plot device! The chambermaid realized as long as the princess had her mother's protection, she would be safe from harm. The next day, their journey took them by a babbling brook.
Babble, babble, babble. I have so many important things to say. I think the weather is just lovely today, although usually I prefer it just a trifle warmer. Oh, my dog likes it that way too. Have I told you about my dog? He is just the sweetest thing. Oh, and he's a vegan, just like me.
Oh, I'm so thirsty. Chambermaid, will you please get me a cup of water from that babbling brook?
I will not. If you want water, you can get it yourself.
And so the princess dismounted Falada and bent to drink from the stream. But as she did so, the handkerchief fell from her dress and was carried away.
Babble, babble, babble. I am just babbling away. Babble, yoink! Babble, babble. CrossFit is the ultimate exercise regimen. Let me tell you all about it.
When the princess returned, she immediately realized she no longer had her mother's protection.
Now you must change clothes with me, princess, for you shall be the chambermaid, and I shall ride your magical horse and marry your far-off prince. And if you tell anyone the truth, I'll kill you!
And so the chambermaid and the princess changed clothes.
Well, all right. I don't want to die.
Oh, this is lovely.
Oh, let me help you. Oh, drop the great on you.
Thank you.
Even though we have changed clothes, I still think that the prince will recognize me by my beauty.
You are still quite beautiful. Let's fix that!
What? No!
And so the chambermaid beat the princess most horribly. When she was finished, the chambermaid climbed onto Falada's back.
Ooh! Ma! How do you work this thing? Ooh. Oh, Ma! Princess, you're much heavier than you were before. All right, that's not necessary.
And so they traveled to the gates of the prince's kingdom. Ah, my princess! You have arrived! You are slightly less attractive than I was expecting.
Wow! You know, your fairy tales have a lot of body shaming going on.
Really? So far we've had stabbings and gore and mutilations, but that is your problem in the stories?
No, she has a point. Words matter.
'Tis well, because the prince was a victim of being raised in an antiquated social system with outdated views on morality and attractiveness, he equated beauty with royalty. I am not woke. Therefore, when he compared the chambermaid to the princess, he mistook the chambermaid to be his bride.
Ah! Welcome, my love! And who is this?
Oh, this is just some beggar girl who won't stop following me. Give her a job outside of the city.
Very well. You can feed the geese in my farms outside of town.
Excuse me, but I have a few thoughts on the subject that I think you might want to hear.
Did that horse just speak?
Now, horses can't talk. Oh, can't talk. Although, you know what would make the best wedding present ever?
What?
I would love the taste of some horse meat. Hi.
No!
Where are you going to get the horse? Oh.
You have strange tastes, but so be it.
And so, the prince ordered that Falada be slaughtered.
Here, horsey, horsey, here, horsey, horsey.
Let's a ball. Swing your razor wide, swing it. He killed a horse! But because the princess could not bear to be apart from her best friend, she had the horse's head affixed to a pike outside the city gate so she could walk past him every day.
I don't think we're sending the right message about animal cruelty.
Now, you come up here pretty crazy.
And so every week as the goose girl brought her geese to market, she would pass the head of her best friend and say,
Oh, Falada, how it pains me to see you there.
Oh, this is no picnic for me either, sweetheart. Love you.
But one day the prince was walking by the city gate. Then he heard a strange noise.
Hey, Prince! Over here!
Is this horse speaking to me?
Of course I'm talking to you.
Gross.
Have you ever noticed a good girl who comes to market once a week?
I think so.
Well, the next time you see her, take a really good look at her.
Well, that's a strange request, but I'm in the habit of taking the advice given by disembodied horses, so all right.
And so the next day, when the goose girl brought her geese to market, the prince gave her a very close look. And he declared she was the most beautiful woman he had ever seen.
Your beauty, it astounds me. And since, again, I am the product of a misogynistic and shallow culture, I declare that only a true princess would have such beauty. Which means, you have been my princess bride all along.
Oh, it's wow!
And so the princess told the prince all about her terrible ordeal with the chambermaid, and together they concocted a plan. That night the prince was having dinner with his wife.
You look nice this evening, my love.
Whatever, husband.
I have terrible news. It would seem that one of your servants has been stealing from you.
What?
I know, right? Now, what sort of, punishment do you think would be appropriate?
Kill her immediately. No, not immediately. Do it slow. First, drive sharp nails into a beast so that you cannot run away. Then take a rusty dagger, plunge it into her stomach, and pull out her intestines.
Go on.
Then give her a paper cut between the fingers.
Oh, wow, that's cruel.
Then squeeze lemon into the cut.
Yeesh.
Then wrap her intestines around her neck like a scarf and plunge hot needles into her eyes. Then rip out her tongue and force her to sing, I'm a little teapot. And only then shall you cut her throat.
At this point, the prince opened a door to reveal the true princess, dressed in all her finery.
Ah! What are you doing here?
I am reclaiming the love that you so wrongfully stole from me. And now you have just pronounced your own sentence.
This might take a while.
And so the chambermaid was forced to endure every torment she herself had devised.
I have to go to the bathroom.
First, they nailed her feet to the floor.
Nailed it!
Then they took a rusty dagger and plunged it into her stomach. Then they pulled out her intestines. Then they played Bavarian jump rope.
Really weird feeling.
That was pleasing to me!
Then they took a piece of parchment and cut her between her fingers. Then they squeezed lemon in the cut. Then they took fiery hot needles and plunged them into her eyes. Clear! Then they ripped out her tongue. And after all this, they forced her to sing, I am a little teapot.
Sing for me! I'm a little teapot going down. Here is my head. Here.
They slit her throat.
All is well that ends well, my dear. Now that I've found you at last, we shall live happily ever after.
And so they did. Now wasn't that the most beautiful story you have ever heard?
Pay them no mind, Gruber. These poor English simply have no understanding of good culture.
Well, how about you, good people? Did you enjoy our stories? And we thank you for coming out to the bloody best fairy tales you've ever seen. A hand for the English actors.
Thank you, lords and ladies.